Get ready, scientists, because I'm about to tell you the story of an observation. Every observation we made leads us in a certain direction. It makes us ask questions about the natural world around us. Well, I made an observation in my backyard, and it led me to understand more about this beautiful flower that's growing on my pitaya plants. And it made me ask questions, learn more, read more, make more observations, and I want to share that story with you today. Are you ready?
Hey scientists, so what I wanted to do was tell you how and what I did to start observing that pitaya plant, okay? And so one day I'm just walking around my yard and I'm wondering to myself, okay, I've made lots of really great observations this year, but what is something that I would like to take a closer look at? So I started to walk around my yard and think about different places that I could observe. And I was thinking, oh, there is my pitaya plant, and I've never gone and taken a closer look at it.
Herb, I know what we're gonna do today.
So let's walk over there. Then, what I did when I got here is I just took a small amount of time and I really just used my senses to pay close attention to this beautiful plant behind me. I was looking at it, I was listening to it, and I was looking at all the details, and let me show you what I saw.
Hey scientists, so after I saw that bee land on a thorn, it made me want to ask a question. I said, why is a bee landing on a thorn? I've only ever observed the phenomenon of bees landing on flowers and spreading pollen. So I said to myself, why are they landing on a thorn? And so what I wanted to do was collect some data to learn more about my question. And this is what I observed. I first observed this tiny little pink bud. And then, as I started to look closer, look, it grew and it had a really cool orange bee. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I saw an ant, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of insects. Then a larger ant from a different species. And I started to wonder, how many bugs are visiting this plant and why? And as I kept looking, I saw this one. This one actually matured too quick, ripened, fell on the ground, and birds were eating it. So birds were there at this plant. And here's a larger black bee that was at one of the pitaya buds. And I was just learning so much about them. And then this really strange bug, this red one at the end. So suddenly I started thinking, wow, there's a lot going on. I never knew that once a year when these plants were growing, when these flowers were growing, it was such a busy place. So over the next couple weeks, I kept taking pictures of the exact same branches. And what it did is it continued to have me ask some questions about this plant. And eventually you're going to get to see that I got to see this beautiful flower that opens up. And it only opens up for one night. And that's the flower that produces a pitaya, one of my favorite fruits, a dragon fruit. So, first of all, you can see that so many insects are still feeding off this flower. And look how beautiful the flower is. Look how it kind of spirals around at the end. Look how pink and beautiful they are. And this is in the afternoon. And then at night, they open up to these big, beautiful white flowers. Look, they're the size of my hand. And this is how many I saw that night. So what I wanted to model for you today, what I wanted to show you today, was how a simple observation of a plant in my yard can lead me to learn more about the insects that feed off the nectar, that collect the nectar of the flowers of that plant. I got to see the entire life cycle of a dragon fruit flower. And I learned so much about this one plant in my house. That one plant is an entire ecosystem. It has all kinds of insects living on it. It has all kinds of things happening. Well, There's over 100 plants in my yard, or even more. Imagine how much I could learn by making an observation.
My time has come. You must continue your journey without me.